everyone, today I'm going to be doing a beginner's backbend tutorial, and basically I'm going to show you, if you're a beginner, how you can start to get your backbend from the floor and basically improving your flexibility and your strength and things like that. Now the first thing we're going to do is warm up, and I'm going to show you several different ways you can do that. You can either do skipping, or you could do maybe some running, things like that. So you could maybe do a few laps of either your backyard if it's pretty big, or if you have a park or an oval or something like that nearby, you can do a bit of running around that. Or you could try some stationary things, kind of like jumps and tuck jumps, stuff like that. Once you feel you're starting to get pretty puffed, then you're probably ready to move on to actually stretching out your muscles. And you want to do that in several ways. You want to start by moving around your spine, and then you want to start actually stretching it. To move around your spine, an exercise you could do is going into kneeling position, and you want to keep your legs together at the back, and you just want to push your spine down and up. And just kind of move it around, and you can move it like side to side and round in circles to really start moving your joints. Once you've done that, you can move on to the seal stretch. Now the seal stretch is probably going to be pretty good for improving your flexibility if your flexibility isn't that great at the moment. So what you want to do is lie on your stomach, and you need your legs together at the back, and you put your arms here and you push up. Now if you're struggling with your flexibility, you might start with your arms out here, and you just want to like work them towards your body and push higher and higher up. Now getting your flexibility by using the seal stretch might take a while, so you kind of have to decide when you think you'll be flexible enough to move on to doing the back bend. But if you want, you can just work on getting your flexibility for a while before you move on to kind of carrying on warming up. And to carry on warming up in seal stretch, you just want to push up and down. Next is another exercise to move your back around, and we call it a catfish. And basically you go into a kneeling position, and then you want to arch your back this way, push forward, and you go into the seal stretch. And then you just want to go round, so back again, and up and round. And you just want to keep repeating that. Now when you think your back's starting to get pretty warm, you can move on to doing it from the floor, the back bend. So you want to lie on your back, and this time instead of having your legs together like you did in the seal, you want to have them slightly apart, not too far, but you want to have them maybe hip width apart. And one thing you always have to remember is not to turn out your feet, because then when you're in the back bend you roll forward like this. You want to have them parallel like that. Then lie down. Putting your hands like this, so you want your wrists towards back. That's a bit hard, you can do it a bit further out, because when you push up you'll kind of rock onto your hands. Now when you push up, you might start off on your head, and basically the idea is to try and push and straighten your arms. So we want to push our hips up and then this way, so over our arms like that, and you want to try and straighten your arms. Now if you've tried that and things aren't going how you want them to, there could be a few reasons why. So firstly, you might not be bending your back enough and you need more flexibility. And you can do that by doing the seal stretch a lot more. Another reason might be that you're not strong enough yet. So what I'm going to do now is show you a couple of exercises you can do to get a bit more arm strength. The first one, which is very basic, is doing wall push-ups. So you want to put your arms against the wall and then lean against it like that. And they might be easy for you, and if they are, you can probably move on to the next ones, or it might not be the arm strength, but if they're hard for you, you know it's probably the arm strength that you're struggling with. When you can do the push-ups against the wall, you can try them from your knees, but you probably don't need to be able to do push-ups from your feet to be able to do a back bend, because I can't really do push-ups from my feet, and I can do back bends flat, so. And the last thing for arm strength is doing a bunny hop, and that's to kind of put your weight on your arms like you will in a back bend. So to do that, if you can't do it already, you can start low and work your way up. So you might start just like this. And the idea is you want to go up into a bit of a handstand, but in a tuck. So hopefully those exercises can help your arm strength if that's a problem. Now another problem you might have, which could be due to not as much flexibility, is that your arms or legs are slipping out from under you, and that's basically because you're kind of pushing outwards. And one way you can try and help that is by putting your arms or legs against the wall. So let's say your arms that are slipping out, then you'd want to lie down this way and put your hands by the wall like this, and then push up into your back bend. Now hopefully all of those little tips and tricks, depending on what's going wrong for you, will help you start to get your back bend pushing up from the floor. And if you're starting to get better at that, and you want to maybe move on doing it from sitting and eventually from standing, and you'll have to try doing one arm back from sitting, if that makes sense. So I probably won't doing standing back bends in this tutorial because it's meant to be a beginner. So I'll show you sitting ones next though, and you want to sit on your bottom and put your good arm back. So it's probably best to do it from both arms, but if you start from your good arm and then you want to put your other arm forward, and what you're going to do is you're going to push your hips up and then rotate around on your shoulder like that. And it might be a bit hard on your shoulder, but I personally didn't have to do any shoulder stretches and my shoulders weren't that bad. So hopefully you'll be able to do it. But if you can't, at the end I might show a few shoulder stretches you can do to get better at it. So you're going to keep this arm in front and go straight over the top like that, and you twist this hand as you go over. So you put your weight onto the heel of your hand, and when you're in the back bend, your main aim is to push your tummy up towards the ceiling and really lengthen up. So if you're pretty good at your back bend pushing up from the floor, and like I said before, you're just struggling with getting over because of your shoulders, you can try doing a few stretches. First one is stretching this way. And next is stretching up the other way. So you put your hands on the wall and you want to push your head down and stretch your shoulders like up and that way. And because we're kind of doing twisting this way, you want to do some arm circles. So if you try and not move too much and kind of keep your arms here and swing backwards. You want to do that on both arms. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you. If it did, leave a like and subscribe, and if you have any other ideas for more tutorials we can do, or you have any feedback, leave it down below in the comments. Goodbye.